gonna take you down, deep down to the front line. You woke up this morning, got yourself
Oh, yeah, you know it. We're here. Yes, indeed. This is A3 from The Sopranos. Oh, yeah, with little Stevie at the vocals. I'm Ralph Williams and my co-host, Bill Cannata. And we're here for The Way We See It. We're here every Monday night at 7 o'clock until 8 p.m. And we have a great show for you tonight. We have a lot to talk about, including we have some city news about some of the politics, not only just that, but also we're going to talk about the salt trucks not doing their job again this week. And, we're going to beat them up tonight because Brookline didn't even get touched. And there were 12 accidents on Sunday. Yesterday, there were 12 accidents in the city of Pittsburgh. 12. Okay.
Oh, man.
But some of this has to do with. But here we have a new format that we're doing here. If you watched in last week, we're just doing the topics, and as we go, we're going to talk about stupid never takes a vacation. And I got something stupid for you tonight. A couple things, and that's going to be a little segment, and we're going to talk about some of the restaurants so that you don't get sick at some of these restaurants that are with the health department. One in the Moon Township is. We're going to tell you where that is, and we're doing it to keep you safe. I mean, and all right. Highlight says hello, Ralph. Hello, welcome, Highlight, to the program, and let's go Trump. Yes, absolutely. I voted for him, and I have no shame. I voted for him. I mean, I think he's the best person for the job. And, I was happy to see Biden go away in a helicopter. I even waved goodbye to him, because I got, I'm so sick of him that it's just unbelievable. All right. And then also says, hey, Ralph, or hey, buddy. There we go. Let's see, what do we got here? Ralph and Billy, what's your favorite part of Trump being in office now? He's going to fix the economy. He's going to get us out of some of this nonsense. He's going to stop the Ukraine war because we're broke because we keep giving money to Ukraine. Bill, what do you think about Trump? What do you think he's going to do?
I'm right there with you, brother. I mean, Uncle Joe went bye-bye today.
There you go.
What's going on? Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you guys. I've been, a little bit vacant from the show for a little bit. Thanks for hanging in there. Uncle Joe went bye-byes. I actually gave him the salute when he went bye-byes, so. So, Trump's in here and that's going to be it. That's going to be the live or die from now on. And you know what I mean? You got to have somebody run up against him later on, but I don't think that's going to happen, just because what he was doing even before Biden came in. So, brother, I know you're bigger on politics than I am. And yeah, I absolutely, definitely. Oh,
thank you. Thank you. Highlightsman Sports. There you go.
So, yeah.
We got Highlightsman Sports and we got Highlightsman Sports. Someone called me today trying to sell me Impact Windows. I told him that there was no need with Trump in office. We will not let a hurricane hit the U.S. There you go. All right. I like that one. That's a good one there. All right, and then Highlightsman said, you've got that right, the pencil. So there we go. All right. Now we're going to get into, I have a special announcement. I don't know if those of you are aware, but Sports Corner show on Tuesday nights now with me and Smoke and Jim Frazier will now be broadcasted nationally on the Huddle Sports Network. Huddle Sports Network. So there you go. Not only are we going to be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and our Twitter X platforms, but now we're on the Huddle Sports Network. And let me tell you this, what a way to get the first show started on Huddle Sports Network. Wait till you hear what I have set up for you for tomorrow. 4 o'clock, we have Mike Sisak will be on from the Amped Up Sports to talk about the Washington Commanders, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then he reports for Amped Up Sports. And then at 4:30, Harry the Greek Berg will join us, and he covers the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we're going to talk about today's big news. Ben Johnson, the former offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, has now been signed as the new head coach of the Chicago Bears, and he can deal with Caleb Williams and everybody else there with the Bears organization. And also, our Wrestle Talk show will be on Huddle Sports Network as well. And at 5:30 tomorrow, wait till you hear the guest I have on tomorrow. I have Corey Graves' father, Dan Polinsky, to join us. But Dan was going to join us to talk about his wrestling events. But guess what? His son just left the WWE, Corey Graves. We're going to find out why tomorrow at 5:30 with on the Wrestle Talk show. Dan Polinsky joins us. He has a big event coming up in March up at the Ross Community Center. It's a wrestling event in honor of Bruno Sammartino, March the 15th, up at the community center. Go on to prosofwrestling.com and get your tickets and get them because they're going quickly for the celebration for Bruno Sammartino, March the 15th, Ross Community Center. The pros of wrestling as well. All right, and then also don't forget on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., the Ralph Williams Show. This week, I am going to be solo. On the fourth Saturday of the month, I am solo. I have no guest. So it'll be my opinion and everything else. We're still doing the O'Connor-Gainey. Right now, O'Connor's up 100. The Gainey's 10. And Tony Moreno is up to 5. And Anthony Coghill has 3. So those are the votes right now. If Anthony Coghill and Tony Moreno were running for mayor, and I'm still want your comments. And I got one comment this week. If Jesus was a Republican and was running for the mayor of the city of Pittsburgh, would you vote for Jesus? That's what I want to know. All right. So give me your thoughts on would you vote for Jesus? In fact, Bill, we can have some fun with that tonight. If Jesus was a Republican and he was running for the mayor of the city of Pittsburgh, would you vote for Jesus? Let me ask everyone that question out there. Put it up in the comment section, and we're still doing the O'Connor-Gainey poll. Do you want Bob O'Connor? Or excuse me, wow.
That's all right.
Or do you want Ed Gainey? It's not looking good for Ed Gainey. We're going to talk about that real soon because it's, there's some other stuff going on as well. And let me see what this one says here. No, I didn't block you anywhere at all, Pencilman. I didn't block you at all. I didn't block you none whatsoever. I'm covering the inauguration all day. Well, that is great, Highlightsman. Thank you for covering that. I like the inauguration. We're going to talk about that idiot, John Fetterman. How about what he did today? Showed up with a hoodie and flip flops. Flip flop Fetterman did it again. You know something? Jesus is Trump. Hey, you know what? Trump did bring that up though, Bill, on the inauguration. He said, God put me here. He said, God made me live after the Butler attempted assassination.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he said that. Not you. Oh, he said not me. Okay, well, that's I get you. All right. Okay. All right. Now, since we're done with the comments for the moment, all right, let's get into our first segment. Let's talk about this the city of Pittsburgh. And as usual, Bill, the city of Pittsburgh will continue to be the city of Pittsburgh because, once again, they blew it. Yesterday, they didn't salt the streets, and a lot of the streets were bad. And now they don't have enough salt. They're waiting for a shipment of salt to come in. They're using sand because they can't afford to get the salt with the chloride, the calcium chloride in it. And I come to find out last Tuesday, we had an issue with some snow during drive time when I was on the air here. We had a big snow event that went on, and there were no salt trucks out there. Come to find out that the drivers are on call, and they get paid $35 to sit at home, and they're on call. So the storm happens instead of being at the garage because they don't want them lollygagging, I guess, at the garage. So they tell them to stay home. And we'll call you when there's a snowstorm. Well, there was a snowstorm last Tuesday, and nobody was out doing any salt. We're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios here at Studios 808 in the Allentown section of the city of Pittsburgh. Yeah, I'm alive and safe as I keep talking about it, which, of course, I am. Bill later on is going to talk about his trip to Florida, and we're going to talk some stuff about what's been going on around here. Mata 724-2010-500. Call Mata today. Mata Heating and air conditioning. So,
You know, bro,
all right,
you have them people on call. I have a problem with that because if you got a really big snowstorm to come in, they're on call, they're at home, they got 20 minutes to drive. It makes a 45-minute to an hour drive to get to your trucks.
yeah, let me see here.
So
Benjamin said, let's talk about the massive dump I dropped. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. What, you know, yeah, all right. See, that's why you get blocked, because you put stuff like that up there. All right. Please. It's only about the topics that we're talking about. All
so
right.
brother, you see the problem that I have there with these guys being on call.
Yeah, exactly. I have a problem with it too. You know?
Now, I'm not going to mention where I'm at because I'm not going to be here too much longer. But here,
Right.
you wake up in the morning, man, and the roads are salted. Period.
Oh, I know they are. Yeah, exactly. And city of Pittsburgh, they have problems with salt. They have problems with trucks. I watched a city council standing committee meeting last Wednesday on YouTube, and I watched it over the weekend. And here we are. Okay, we here we are. Um, they don't have enough equipment, and the equipment they have is outdated. They don't have enough money to buy new equipment because it wasn't budgeted in this year's budget. Last year they budgeted, and they were supposed to this year and every year, $22 million to buy brand new equipment. They have ambulances that are breaking down. Somebody almost died because they were having a stroke or a heart attack, and they were taking them to the hospital, and the ambulance died. And you know what I mean? So the city has been putting so much. They have so much egg on their face right now that it's just unbelievable. Your thoughts, Bill, on this stuff?
It's bad, brother. It's bad. It's not. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed ever since I was in the city, and I'm not in the city, and I'm coming back to the city. It hasn't changed. You know, it's a rough go over there, and I understand there's a lot of people who got a lot of hands full, but man, you know, I just don't. Yeah, no, it's bad, brother. I mean, you remember that one time? It was a couple of years back, no, maybe 10 years back or so, where I think it was the black guy who had to call in, and the ambulance was on Tioga Street coming into home, and it wasn't salted or anything like that.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's one thing after another, and there's like 12. There's like 12 or 12 accidents they had yesterday just in the city. Bad accidents, I'm told. And a couple of them went through houses or through barricades and over hills, and
It's a lot.
and in Brookline, the streets weren't even touched. They haven't been touched in days.
See, that's bad, especially West Liberty Avenue, and you got Brookline Boulevard. They're all major arteries, brother.
How about Beachview?
Beachview too. I mean, everything is over there. I mean, you know, we did that gig over there up at that church that one time. That's nothing but hills over there, you know. And for all that area not to be touched, man, that's kind of I don't know. Man.
Exactly.
That's kind of, it's kind of tough. I mean, I understand their hands are tied. I get all that, but there's no, when it comes to that, that should be the number one. I mean, whatever they got to do to get it done, that should be it.
Right,
that should
right.
be the one.
Exactly.
Should be the one, brother. And period. Like, you know, out here, it's bam. I mean, instantly. I think somebody was asking me a question where I'm moving back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back to Squirrel Hill.
Squirrel Hill section of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Squirrel Hill section. So yeah, I'll be back in the burg. But I used to live over in Highland Park. That you know, the thing is that it's just scary, brother. And I mean, I know you remember that like it was yesterday. They went to Tioga Street. They couldn't get through. I don't know if
you remember that. Yeah.
Did the guy die or?
I think the guy did die. Yeah, he did die. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, you know, and the city wastes so much money on lawsuits because of this crap, and it has to end. And now with this election coming up, Ed Gainey's looking bad, looking really awful, and not having fire trucks are breaking down. They ordered some new trucks. They got a couple coming in. I heard they got 4 ambulances coming in. The ambulances, as far as the outer part of it, is finished, but they have to get the inner part done, like the electronics or whatever they got to do in there. You know, with all the respirators or whatever they have. The equipment all has to be stocked. They won't be able to put those on the road till April. So in the meantime, they have to do with what's due. And now there was only $7 million budgeted for this year for maintenance on these vehicles and parts and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know, this is just unacceptable to me.
Brother.
And I think it's time for a change in mayor just like we had a change in president.
Hey, brother,
So,
don't you remember when we used to drive a school bus? They were only allowed to keep those buses on the road for up to 5 years. That
right.
was it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we're talking.
PRT. We know PRT, you're allowed to keep buses up to about 14 years.
Okay,
And
but
then and the T car 16.
you're
So,
talking about emergency vehicles now. The
oh,
ship
yeah.
bus
Yeah.
down. And, well, that's unacceptable, man. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, it hasn't changed. I mean,
No.
and six. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, these people over there in Brooklyn. Oh my gosh, I can't
Yeah.
even imagine.
Bad for these people. So,
I
you
can't
know,
even
and then
imagine.
here's another story, Bill, I want to tell you. And I spoke about this last week, and I'm not real pleased with the fact of this, but, you know, I spoke about it last week, and, you know, I got chastised on social media because I basically, hang on a minute, I'm trying to find a graphic here that I downloaded, but I don't think I loaded it up in here to use. No, it looks like I didn't. Yeah. Oh, well. But anyway, uh, they had, you know, I got chastised because I saw cars sliding into homes going down the street. And guess what? They were speeding. They weren't
Uh,
going slow. They were speeding.
uh,
Okay.
that's
So
idiotic.
I said, you folks got to stop doing that.
Idiotic.
Okay. It's snowing. Guess who they blamed? Take a
You,
guess who they blamed. They said to me, why doesn't the city go ahead and, why doesn't the city, you know, uh, go ahead and do that. Hang on a minute. All right, I see. All right, I got you. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. All right, but anyhow, comment section's wide open. O'Connor Gainey, who you vote for? Tony Moreno said if he was running, would you vote for him? Would you vote for Anthony Coghill, who's the city councilman from Beachview? Would you vote for him? Or also, we're taking the survey. If Jesus was a Republican today and was running for mayor of the city of Pittsburgh, would you vote for Jesus? Let me ask you that question. And I've already had some knuckleheads that have said no, they wouldn't because Republicans are no good. That's why the city of Pittsburgh is the city of Pittsburgh. So there you go. All right. So, you know, that's pretty, you know, that's part of the stupid never takes a vacation, Bill.
but see,
That's
that's
what
the
that.
thing. You said they were speeding, and then they were turning it around. They were trying to put it off on somebody else. You see what I'm saying? They're late.
They were putting it off that the city didn't salt the streets. Well, you see the streets not salted. Why would you, first of all, even go down the street? And secondly, if you're going to go down the street, why don't you take it slow? Okay.
Everybody's in a rush to do something, man, and that's
Yeah.
and
And they slid sideways and went into somebody's house.
Just like you said, stupid never takes a vacation. I wonder if common sense is right up there with stupid. Got to be, brother, because common sense is, you know, it's it's got to be, brother. Come on. All of a sudden, you get this fresh new layer of snow outside. You say, oh, I think I'm going to do 45 on a 25, and then on top of that, it's laying. So we're just going to, we're going to go over instead of the 45. We'll do 55. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, everybody. When we come back after these messages, more of the way we see it. Yeah.
Wow.
And there we go.
You like basketball? Well, I have a basketball team here in Pittsburgh called the Steel City Yellow Jackets. They're an ABA basketball team who has won championships and have affordable ticket prices. Their home games are played in the Allentown section of the city of Pittsburgh. Check out scyyellowjackets.com for game information and tickets. Look forward to seeing you there. Do you have a vehicle that just doesn't work for your handicapped needs? Well, I have the solution for you. Keystone Coachworks. Keystone Coachworks is Western Pennsylvania's oldest and premier adaptive equipment provider. They have the best selection in wheelchair-accessible vans. Located in Bethel Park on Route 88. Call them at 412. how about some sponsorship advertising with RW Media Productions? Affordable rates. You can get 6 podcasts, 2 radio shows on 1250 AM and 92.5 FM The Answer, and on rwmediaproductions.com as well. All for one affordable price. Call today, 412-545-4317, or email at ralphwilliams737@gmail.com. Look forward to hearing from you.
All right, we're back here at The Way We See It with me, Ralph Williams, and Bill Cannata. And I'll bring Bill up in a few moments because he went to grab himself a drink or something there. So he'll be back in a few moments. In the meantime, we're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios, 724-201-0500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Mata today, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Pensman Sports says great show. So there you are. Thank you, Pensman. Always appreciate your comments as well. All right, let's see here. All right, let's look and see what we got here. All right, something about salt. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about rock salt in the city of Pittsburgh. If you don't live in the city of Pittsburgh, we're talking about the city of Pittsburgh, not salt in the streets. That's what we're talking about. So there we are. There, Pensman says, Chase, I could care less about that stuff. So there you go with that. And let's see here. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, we got all that done. And it says, only idea why Pensman decided. Hey, you know what? I don't have time for that right now. You did it to yourself. If Pensman or any of us block any of you from doing anything, it's because we're only taking comments for the subjects at hand on the show. Please understand that. Please clean the wax out of your ears. Please get your brain together and understand we are only doing the subject. We're only taking comments for the topics at hand, not your foolish comments about other things. Okay? If you want to do that, take it to some other show. Don't do it here. Okay? Please. All right? It's as simple as that. You know who you are, and you know you're doing it. And stop doing it. Please. Grow up. All right? Next, Bill, let's talk about the new jail warden. They have a new warden at the jail. It was just approved by the Jail Oversight Board and the County Council. But the Jail Oversight Board, now listen to this now. Jail Oversight Board was happy about it. But, of course, there's 2 people who are not happy about it. Take a guess who they are.
Yeah, the one, what the hell is her name? I haven't been on here in a while. I know our lovely friend and your friend. She wasn't happy. Or did she vote for it?
No, she voted. She said she wasn't going to vote for it because once again, here we are, and she's caused so much turmoil in this oversight board that they are keeping her out of everything.
No,
okay, so she was pissed off because they didn't tell her about the hire, and she was on the committee through the oversight board, and her conduct and her attitude is so bad they don't even inform her of anything.
Well,
so
there
they
it
just
is.
went ahead and they just said, okay, this guy's good. Let's put him in front. So she didn't vote for it for that part because
Yes, sir.
Poor Bethany didn't get her way.
That's it. I
So-
knew it. I knew it.
So she got angry because of that, okay? And so therefore she said she wasn't voting for it, and of course her sidekick Manny, he didn't vote for it either. So you know.
If you're on it and they ain't telling you about it, what's that telling you way up ahead?
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on, you're employed. That means they're not, man, they want you out. Bye-bye. See ya.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Go ahead, turn that resignation letter. Turns that resignation letter in. Put it in there, baby. You can say,
well, if you don't like it, Pencilman Sports, then you know what you can do. You can go somewhere. We're talking about the new jail warden. That has to do with the city, with Pittsburgh. Okay, we do talk some national topics here. We talk about national people who are stupid. So there you go. All right.
I
I have something for you. You know, we talk a lot of local stuff here. So, you know, yeah, exactly. Jail. That's right. The new jail warden here. That is important because our jail's out of control.
Oh, my God. So out of control. I didn't even know we had one of those, brother.
Well, anyway, I'm going to tell you another story here. The jail just got an award, or not an award, more or less. They got their credentials back for medical. They lost their medical credentials because of the deaths down at the jail, and they finally got the staff together, and they got their stuff together, and they finally got their credentials. So
That's awesome.
that's positive
Yes.
stuff there. A new jail warden who promises he's going to clean up some of this mess that's going on
Absolutely.
in there. And your thoughts on this new jail warden and the medical credentials?
Well, I think that's awesome because I didn't even know there was a new guy going in there or a new she who's going in there, and that's awesome
Well,
because
his name's Justin Wingard. I'm
oh,
going to
it's,
try
so it's a guy.
to
Okay,
have him on the Ralph Williams show or bring him on here. I'm going to
so
try
I
to have
think
him.
that's awesome because he's coming in. He's going to be like the new mayor. He's
Yeah.
going to come in. He's going to clean it up, and that's going to be it. Because
Yeah, exactly.
so far that's one positive, and how many more positive can we get out of the negatives, brother? Because there's a lot of negatives right there, man.
Oh, absolutely. There's a ton of negatives. The medical, the food, the commissary charging $8 for a Twinkie. I mean, stuff like that. You got that $152, which was debated too. Remember, I told you about that $152 they were giving each inmate. Well, now they want to drop that down, because they think they can use that money for something else within the county. And of course,
that's me. Yeah.
Bethany can't settle for 50. She has to go for 150. You give her an inch and she takes a mile.
I hate to tell you, honey, but you know what? If the people ain't even informing you that stuff is going in, it's going to be new. You got to give it up, honey. You got to give it up.
Well, she's burned her bridges with people, Bill. I mean, now nobody wants to, wants to deal with that.
Do you remember I even said many a year or so ago when she came on, I said, you know what? A lot of firepower and you don't know what to do with it. You got too much firepower and you try to there's only certain people you can overstep.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, she's over there. Hey, look, I understand it. I understand you got your own personable speaking and so forth, but it's not about you but the thing is that you have to get with the program a little bit, kid.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, politics is give and take.
It is.
Right. And you have to remember the movie Caddyshack too, when Robert Stack's wife was all pissed off at Jackie Mason about them houses and everything else. And he says, you catch more flies with honey.
Yeah.
You see? So, I mean, if you're dealing with politics, Bill, and I know a lot about politics because I follow politics, especially locally and nationally and everything else. But, she shows up at the jail drunk and then wants to know why the jail won't let her go in there they do monthly tours, the oversight board. They go in there and they do a monthly tour or a weekly tour.
I didn't know that she showed up drunk.
She shows up, her and Manny, they show up drunk because they go to happy hour at the bar and show up drunk and smelling like a brewery or smelling like a liquor store. And they go, and the jail said, you're not allowed to come in here anymore.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
And then she lies. She says she talks to inmates in there. She don't talk to inmates in there. She talks to their families. She doesn't talk to the inmates. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And people, Bill, and I want to ask your opinion on this. If you heard her say that she's going to do something, you expect her to do it, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, now you have people down there speaking against her because she promised to do this, this, and this at the jail and has done nothing. And it's not just that either. Okay. That's my favorite word because there's a lot of people that do nothing.
Exactly.
He's done nothing.
I told you that power that was given to you, you got so much you don't know what to do with it. But then instead of using it for what should be used for, you're using it for your own part and stepping over stuff. You see, there's people hired to you, honey, and they're just going to squash the little bug. They're going to squash it. And that's exactly what's happening right here, right now.
Absolutely. When we come back, we're going to talk about McKeesport. They got a new superintendent after the nonsense that went on there. Remember, we talked about that a few weeks back about the nonsense that was going on there. And I finally got the lowdown on that pregnancy thing. I'll tell you about that in a few moments.
Gotcha.
When we come back, right after these words.
Are you handicapped and having trouble going to do your normal life activities? Well, I have the solution for you. A folding power wheelchair from Fold and Travel Mobility. They have the best models of folding power wheelchairs. Their goal is to provide best-in-class products that allow their customers to live a better and easier life. Call them at 1-877-GOT-FOLD or online at foldandtravelmobility.com. We look forward to you calling. Digital Data gives you on-demand access to a team of professional web designers and data-driven marketers for an affordable monthly flat rate. Discover your website's earning potential today. At Digital Data, our goal is to provide small businesses with the tools and services they need to be successful online by utilizing our team's deep knowledge and experience. Call now, 866-276-9504. Auto repair can be expensive, and sometimes shops rip you off. But I have a shop for you to fix your car the right way at the right price. Big Dog Auto in West Mifflin by the Allegheny County Airport. Oil change, state inspection, and more. Call today, 412-999-0191. For good car repair, call the Big Dog. Big Dog's Auto. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
All right, we're back here at The Way We See It with me, Ralph Williams, Bill Cannata. Bill, welcome back, by the way. It's been a few shows. I know you were in the fine state of Florida, man. The fine state of Florida where the sun is shining and it's 70 degrees down there in the wintertime, and we're up here freezing our tootsies off, as they say.
Yes, man. I must have brought that stuff back home. Let me tell you something. When I left Florida, it was 60 degrees at night. And I come back here now, it's minus zero or whatever the hell it's going to be. What the hell is that? It's supposed to be the opposite. I'm supposed to be in the sunshine with me. It doesn't matter if we're in December. I need to bring that with me. Am I right?
Exactly.
You know, all right,
exactly.
Down there, I got a little bit darker, a little Italian guy. But otherwise, it was good, brother. It was good. I had the family time with my kids. That was the most important thing. I had all three of my daughters with me through my holidays this year. And, brother, it was a very long time that I've ever had all three of them with me.
Well, that's great. That was super duper, man. And tell us a little bit about the drivers down there. Alert some people, that are going down there that might drive or get a rent a car or whatever down there. Oh, my gosh. From the stories you were telling me, gee whiz.
Ohio and Pennsylvania, and I'm even crawling up a little bit of Chicago there. All of us drivers, all in one little pot, cannot go ahead and put any kind of stamp on Florida's ass. And let me tell you why, okay? You're on a 2-lane highway, you're going in, all right? There's only one way you can go left. You're in the left lane now. I'm in the right lane, you're in the left lane, right? You can only go left at a certain red light. You can only go right at a certain red light. Here's what these people do. So I'm driving down. I think it was Interstate 2. It was really nice. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. Nobody's out today. Drunks must have stayed home for the weekend, right? I'm driving down the road. Guy in the left-hand lane with a car that was in front of me, that was in front of him, would have now been in front of him. He was in the left lane. No turn signal, no braking. He turned his car from the left lane. He cut off the car that was in front of me and went into a gas station. No signal, no nothing. And that's one thing about Floridians. They do not use turn signals, period. That's how you know if you're out of state. Besides you catching a plate, that's how you know. I was at the red light, and they're like, oh, you must be from out of state. I see you got inspection stickers on your windshield there. I see, yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania. I said, oh, yeah. I was down in St. Augustine, Florida, brother. I was up on the upper top there. And
okay.
Up at St. Augustine, up the top there. It took me a little while to get there, but it was so funny, man, because you're sitting at red lights. People are looking at you like you're a foreign substance. I really mean it. No, I'm telling you, brother, they do not. You have to be 20 times on your game when you're driving. I'm telling you.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a nightmare. I can't even tell you something. I seen on Interstate 2 in one day. I went out different times a day. I seen three accidents, 3 different times. 3 accidents.
Wow.
There was no rain, there was no sleet, no snow, no nothing. But
Right.
3. The Interstate 2 is pretty high for, I guess, accidents, and so that's where I was. But it was good. The family time was it. Besides the idiot drivers, man, really seriously, Pennsylvania. Okay, man, I have to say, I come back to
Yeah, we got
Pennsylvania.
a couple people from Florida here that don't like your comments.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. They must not have been raised in Florida. I mean, I'm just saying, you got all these states running over. I don't like anybody's comment on. I mean, I don't like anybody's, kind of, if you're driving down the road
Right.
and you're trying to hurt the other people that's in front of you, behind you, wherever the hell you're at. So, Floridians, I'm sorry. I talk about Pittsburgh the same way. Chicago, I've been there. Ohio, as well as New York. I'll talk about any state that I've been in, and who's going to do idiotic driving. So, yes, I will. Absolutely. 1,000%. Otherwise than that, I love Florida. Florida was a good, nice. I went out in the back. Didn't have to worry about a thing. Sun was shining. What was it up here, brother, when I was down there? What was it up here?
30 degrees.
There
We
it
had
was.
a couple 40 days. I think it was 40, but other than that, it didn't go beyond that. So,
Yeah. So
we've had a
other than
rough winter this year. Oh, wait a minute, Bill. I forgot to tell you one other thing. Guess what the city public works told the media? Some of the public works employees.
I can't
That
even
they
imagine.
were told that the city said they didn't expect the winter to be this bad. They
Oh,
thought it
come
was
on.
going to be a mild winter.
What are you, crazy? We haven't had a winter that has been, just maybe a couple years back.
In a few years. Yeah, I think it was COVID winter was the last time we had a bad winter.
I
Was
think
COVID.
it was, and everything was closed anyway.
Anyways,
If
what's
you
the difference?
so,
Yeah.
But the thing is, come on, man, you no.
That's the story I got from a media colleague who told me he talked to some city employees, and the city employees said they were told by the city themselves that they
Listen,
didn't expect this year.
Do you know how stupid that sounds? That's like having a hospital with an emergency department closing down at certain hours and saying we didn't expect any emergencies.
But yeah, exactly.
Are you serious? Really?
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studio, 724-201-0500. We're in Studios 808 up here in the Allentown section of the city of Pittsburgh. All right, so let's see here. Pensman Sports says crazy drivers everywhere. Absolutely.
Agree.
There were, some people. Let me see what's this say here. Oh, all right, yeah, there you go. Well, whatever. They can comment on their own. I'm not putting it up. So there you go. But anyway, all right, everybody, let's get to the health department. We're going to start doing this now on this show. It's a segment called the restaurant. It's about the health department citing restaurants and closing them up. And we're going to tell you about them because I don't want you to get sick, or I don't want you to be able to go and eat at these places because, like, for instance, I used to eat at Pasta 2 out on Route 88. Well, about a month or so ago, they got cited for their employees not washing their hands. Ooh. Am I going to eat at Pasta 2 again? No. And I know somebody who used to go there every Tuesday and get food, every Tuesday and get takeout. Guess what? He's not going there anymore because I told him about this and I showed him the article from the health department. They got cited because employees were not washing their hands. Okay. Well, the health department has shut down the Cardello restaurant out in Moon Clinton Road out in Moon Township.
Yep.
And guess why? Raw sewage, mice infestation, food being left without the right temperature, something to that effect. It's always one of those 3 things. Okay. Wow. They closed some restaurants up in Squirrel Hill where you're moving to, Bill. They closed a couple restaurants up there because they had issues like that. And it's unbelievable that the simplest thing, wash your hands when you handle food. Okay. It's that simple. Watch Bar Rescue one time. Watch Restaurant Impossible. Watch Kitchen Nightmares.
That is one thing I do have to say, especially when you're down. We were down in Florida. There's a place called Sunny Jim's, right? It was a barbecue place. So I was on my way to the bathroom, and this is what they said. The one lady came back, and he's like, the manager, he must have yelled it constantly at different people who were using bathrooms or whatever. They went out there, and they said, did you wash your hands? Are you sanitized? Are you sure? Did you do this? He asked her 50 questions before she even got back in the kitchen. This is what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I heard it. It was like because it was like close to there. Awesome food. They have this platter. I mean, a bunch of good stuff. But I tell you what, I tell you this much right now. That was the last one, before I came back.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, even over at the Red Robin, for my daughter, like over there too. I mean, they make sure that their employee. I mean, you hear them.
Oh yeah,
So
washing their hands. Yeah, when I worked at Steak and Shake, we had to wash our hands all the time. I mean,
I
yeah,
remember that.
more
Yeah,
gloves, and stuff like that.
I
So
remember that.
I mean, yeah. So
You know,
it's
I tell you
it's
what,
terrible. It's
that's
bad.
makes you not want to go. Makes you not
Well,
want to go.
that's why people don't eat out, and that's why people don't go to restaurants. And then on top of that, right now, restaurants are struggling. There's restaurants closing up because the landlords are greedy and they won't let them out of their leases.
Yeah.
They won't lower the leases. They won't. There's a lot of the food prices are high. And whatnot. And then you got ignorant employees. Okay, I'll give you one, Bill. Remember, I interviewed Brian Duffy,
I do.
world-renowned
Yeah,
chef Brian
September,
Duffy.
yeah.
I did that. I did when I used to have my Ralph Williams one-on-one show. The reason I took it off was because I felt insulted of the fact that I had a world-renowned chef on and only got 30 views. So but anyway, instead of getting hundreds of views, I got 30. So
Well, so
I mean,
what, brother? If you put it on there now, you probably get more than that for sure.
yeah. So anyway, I interviewed him, and he said he closed up all his restaurants and sold them. And I said, well, why'd you do that? He said, because first of all, I can't find the employees to put the heart and soul into cooking like I do.
Yeah.
He said, that's number one. He said, number two, he says, I'm getting people back that I have to pay $15 an hour to, that I paid them $10 an hour, and they still didn't work the way I wanted them to for the $15 an hour. They worked like they were still getting $10 an hour.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? So he said those were two of the reasons why he closed up his restaurants.
Be better off just close them up and have a caterer. You make yourself like a little catering outlet.
Yeah, exactly. Or nowadays the food truck thing is popular. I mean,
absolutely.
and I mean, yeah. So but it's just downright terrible. And restaurants want to know why they don't make money. They don't enforce, their employees, and stuff like that. And I get it. It's hard to get employees. I get it. But you can't do that. You get people sick, and then you want to know why nobody comes to your restaurant, and then you get sued.
Very much. Then you'll be out. I mean,
stupid never takes a vacation, Bill. Guess what happened today?
Never
Somebody
does.
tried to rob a bank up in guess where? Oh, Squirrel Hill up on Forbes Avenue. Somebody tried to rob a bank.
Hey,
And
you just welcome me with full open arms, aren't you now?
Yeah, and they got arrested within an hour. So
No
there
kidding.
you go. Stupid never takes a vacation. So
Well,
there you go.
hey, got to be one of those little banks down there that they have at Squirrel Hill.
Yeah. It was on Forbes Avenue. I don't know which one though, but it was on Forbes Avenue. So.
Oh, I understand. I definitely understand. But like you said, man, I mean, it's too much. Too much.
We're going to talk next coming up here in a minute, but I want to start real quick. I want to send my condolences out to State Representative Dave Gergely. He took over in the Mon Valley for Austin Davis. He just got sworn in this month. He just got sworn in to take over Austin Davis's old spot because, he's the lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
And he just got elected for a second term. He took over the rest of Austin Davis's term, which was, I believe, a year or two. And he passed away today at 45 years old. 45, Dave Gergely. So let's say our prayers for Dave and his family. Yeah, that is. He was one of the ones fighting for this U.S. Steel, Nippon Steel thing that I've been talking to you about. That I'm on a crusade to help them out down there with that. So I plead the mayor of North Braddock on my Ralph Williams show, and everybody's fighting for this now. It's like a war, and and then. Last week, I revealed on my show, on the Ralph's Opinion show last Wednesday, about the nonsense that Cleveland Cliffs has been spewing their gospel about how bad Nippon Steel is, and they want U.S. Steel. So it's a big, mess there. And I hope that President Trump signs a bill to make that deal go through, because if Cleveland Cliffs takes over U.S. Steel, now they're promising they're going to keep jobs here, they're going to do this and that. No, they're not. They own the old Armco Steel, Bill. You know where that is out in Butler.
Yeah.
They own that. They've laid workers off. Politicians had to fight to get them their jobs back. Then in Weirton, West Virginia, the old Weirton Steel, they own that. And they just laid off 1,400 workers down there. So, and Nippon Steel owns a plant down in Folensby, West Virginia, and they just put $1 billion into that plant, and it is beautiful down there. And
Okay.
they're hiring more people. There was a lot of construction and trade jobs involved in that construction for the last 2 or 3 years or whatever. So, it's a ripple down effect. Folensby now is making money because they got more employees there. People are going to their stores, their businesses,
Nice,
and
nice.
things like that. And that's the point that we're trying to make to everybody here about that. And, so, all right, let's talk about McKeesport School District. You and I both had a conversation last time you were on about the nonsense that was going on over there. Janitor got busted with drugs right in a parking lot. The security guard and the student that had the baby. Well, I'm going to explain to you how that worked. It wasn't a female student. It was a female security guard who got pregnant by a male student.
Oh.
So she's been fired, of course. And so now there's some charges pending because she's over 18 years old and the kid's only 15 or whatever it was. Okay. Or whatever. And charges are pending. So because, what do they call that? Abuse of a minor or,
Something like
a child or something like that. Yeah. So McKeesport now has a new superintendent. They brought him in. This guy, he's supposed to clean it up. The last superintendent, she got fired for that. There was also all right, hold on a second. Let's see here we go. Student of the game. The reason the employees are bad sometimes is because of bad management. Well, that too. Yeah. That also is another story. Management not doing their job, not telling somebody to wash their hands, and stuff like that. And then here we go here. More and more drivers are crazy all over the East Coast. Student of the game. Thank you for being part of the program.
Agreed.
Right. And then it says here, do I think Trump will be good for union workers? Absolutely. He got the vote from the Teamsters. He got the vote from a few other unions that were in Joe Biden's pocket, and they came out of his pocket and went to Trump. The only union that Biden was able to secure, or Kamala Harris was the United Steelworkers. Everybody else, and the SEIU, everybody else went to Trump. So Trump ended up getting a whole bunch of unions in his corner, and he also got the National Black Caucus. They were saying today on the radio that if he didn't get the black vote and the union vote, he wouldn't have won this election. So, I mean, and he got that too. So, I mean, and it says, I'm in a union of custodians. I promise you won't find drugs on me. Well, there you go, student of the game. But that's because somebody, was being an idiot. Stupid never takes a vacation, Bill.
Nope.
And I sound the alarm because stupid never takes a vacation. So
never does, brother. Constantly growing every single day.
Yeah, but McKeesport School District, Bill, your thoughts on their new, hiring a new superintendent and all the annex that went on there?
Well, it sounds like there's stuff, starting to be cleaned up all over the place. They got the new jail warden down over there at Alligator Jail.
Got a new president.
Got that new president, jail warden, whatever you want to call him. And then they got this guy over here. Hey, if they come in, they clean up the bullshit that's there.
Yeah.
Hats off, man. Because, I always said this, brother, and you know it, and I'll say it again until Dad died. Even if Corey does take over the mayorship, right? You still have to clean up the mess of the other mayor, and then you got everything else that you're promising everybody else. So you got a job ahead of you, right? So that's the thing. And that was, if they're going to do that, that's awesome because they still got to clean up that mess. And I wish nothing but the best.
Comment section wide open. We still have, we only got 6 minutes left in the program. Wow. Gee whiz.
Didn't know where that went.
This was a fast hour, wasn't it, Bill? Jeez. Yeah, so Woodland Hills also has a new superintendent, but their superintendent moved on to greener pastures. So and then let's talk real quick about Flip Flop Fetterman, my man.
Uncle John.
Flip Flop Fetterman, Uncle John. Showing up at Trump's inauguration in flip-flops and a hoodie. Are you kidding me, John? John, you're not going to get reelected, John. You know why? Because you're an idiot. That's why you're not going to get reelected. That's the reason right there. The flip-flops and the hoodie. That's the first problem. The second thing is when you laughed about rear-ending somebody's car, driving 100 miles an hour on the turnpike, that your own staff wouldn't even get in a car with you. Your own staff. because you drive too fast.
Oh,
Okay,
my.
wouldn't even get in the car with you. So he rear ends this person that they get hurt. They go to the hospital, and he's laughing about it. He thinks it's funny.
Wow.
It's not funny at all. And these progressives, they think everything is a joke. Everything is funny. All right, everything is funny. Let's defund the police. That's funny. Let's let everybody out of jail. That's funny. Let's get programs for everybody. That's funny. Let's spend $100 million on affordable housing and forget about public safety in the city of Pittsburgh. That's funny too. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. When I first met that guy, he was a good dude. Like, I mean, he was strong and all this, and I don't know what the hell happened to him. I really don't.
Well, I think that stroke he had or whatever, I think kind of took him down. I mean, but he shouldn't have ran for office if he couldn't do it. You know,
it's true. I mean, when I first met him, he was starting to get his, his campaign up and all that other stuff, and he was starting to, and then when he won, then after that. But I mean, like, he was a good guy. I mean, that's the side I seen of him. Now this West Virginia style country bumpkin thingy over here with hoodies and
here's another thing. He's not for the U.S. Steel Nippon Steel deal, and he lives in Braddock.
I know.
He lives in Braddock.
Yep.
He lives in Braddock, and he was the mayor. He says he's sticking up for union workers. If you're sticking up for union workers, then why aren't you signing this deal? Because Dave McCall, the head of the USWA, says no, and John Fetterman, because he's in bed with all the progressive Democrats like Biden and all them. That David McCall, who's the head of the USWA, the national organization, who's letting his workers down because he's worried about Cleveland Cliffs.
Oh my God! Unbelievable.
Okay. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So, all right, let's go scroll through a few things here. We already talked about Dave Gergley today, who passed away. University Prep. Listen to this, Bill. You and I both drove a school bus. Some moron bus driver left the kid at the Hunt Armory ice rink because the Hunt Armory now is an ice rink.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Owned by okay.
Over there on Squirrel Hill.
Yeah, they were there for a field trip, and this guy left this kid there. This bus driver. Now they're saying the bus driver and the school aide that was on the bus with the kids did for some reason the kid had to go to the bathroom or something, and they just left him behind. They didn't even bother. And the mother's so angry with the school district. It's unbelievable. Now it's from University Prep up there by Alliance or at Alliance.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, all right, and also this week I want to wish everybody today, which I forgot to do earlier, a very happy Martin Luther King Day to everyone. And today was the inauguration of our new president, Donald Trump, and I wish him well as well. God bless him. And I also want to wish all the restaurants good luck this week. It's Restaurant Week this week.
Oh, okay.
So, Restaurant Week, and I want to wish everybody that. Bill, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Guys, just please be safe out there. It's extremely, extremely frigid out there. Bundle up. Stay in if you don't have to go out. Just be careful, especially on the roadways. We got idiots no matter where we're at, but just please be careful out there. And as always, thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate you. You're the best part of the show.
Oh, yeah. Let me do this real quick here, Bill. Tomorrow for the Sports Corner show, we are now on the Huddle Sports Network. It's a national network on Roku, Apple TV, Facebook, and also, I believe, also on iHeartRadio, and also on the app, not only Apple TV, but also, I believe, Amazon and a few other outlets as well. But I want to tell you, we are on the Huddle Sports Network. We're being picked up starting tomorrow, 4 to 5 p.m., the Sports Corner show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier. And what a first show on Huddle Sports we got for you tomorrow. Mike Sisak from Amped Up Sports. He will talk to us about the Washington Commanders, who are in the NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's going to be a barn burner of a game right there. And for the AFC, it's going to be Buffalo versus Kansas City. That's going to be a really good game. I'm glad the Ravens lost yesterday. I'm so happy about that. And then at 4 o'clock, we have Mike Sisak from Amped Up Sports. And then at 4:30, we have Harry the Greek. He's going to come on and talk with us about the Chicago Bears hiring of their new coach, Ben Johnson, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who ended their season losing their game. Wrestle Talk also, 5:30 tomorrow on Wrestle Talk. I have a big-time present for everyone. What a way to get the new year going. Dan Polinsky, who owns the Pros of Wrestling and is the father of Corey Graves, who just walked away from the WWE. All
Ooh.
right. And we're going to find out why. And also, Corey will be at the March 15th event of the Bruno Sammartino dedication show, along with his brother Sam Adonis, who I have some pictures I'll show everyone on the Wrestle Talk show. Me with Dan's son, Sam Adonis, pictures with me and Smoke and Jim at one of their Pros of Wrestling event out in Monroeville a few months back. So, and also catch us at some wrestling events. We're going to be there, Smoke and Jim and I. Plenty to talk about tomorrow on the Wrestle Talk show. WWE Royal Rumble coming up. TNA's pay-per-view on Sunday. Nick Nemeth lost his belt. So we're going to talk about all that. Sorry, Bill, it's not Bruno Sammartino anymore and Hulk Hogan and all that. But
I
I
know.
will tell
That's
Hulk
when I
Hogan-
was in there. I was in there.
Hulk, yeah.
I
Hulk
used to
Hogan was on
deliver.
Raw. He
Hey,
was
you
on
gotta
Raw last week and got
you gotta
booed.
do me a favor and tell the boys I said hello, please.
I will do so. I will be seeing them on Thursday. I will tell them. So,
No problem.
all right.
Appreciate it.
And for Bill Cannata, I'm
We'll
Ralph
see ya.
Williams. Thank you for being part of the show. Till next Monday, the way we see it, be safe.